What's up, everybody? I'm Zero and I play games, and welcome back to Spyro the Dragon. Last time we got to Swamp World, Beastmaker's World, and this time we're headed into the Terrace Village, first level, and see what's waiting for us. Let's go! Yay, treasure! Oh, these loading times. Honestly, I've seen worse loading times, but they're for much more complicated games. So, like, I can kind of understand it, but at the same time, like, there's not that much going on in this. Oh, I'm not a fan of that. Hi, chicken. I get the feeling I'm gonna eat you soon. Okay. Whoa. You need to calm down, buddy. Yo, what is this? Got pew pew guns. Oh boy. Got a ton of sneaking around the outside to do. Okay. We've done all the outside stuff. We can go right up through the middle now without missing anything. Just make things a little easier. As you obviously weren't turning around. Got all this stuff. Grab these real quick. Ow. Okay, you gotta go. That was taking a risk, but oh well. See, is there anything else? We found these back here. That's cool. I do have to admit, with all my problems with this game, in general, it is actually kind of fun. I mean, no game is perfect. That's just not a possibility. I've seen games with huge flaws that people consider masterpieces. I've seen games people hate that honestly are fun and great to play. Ow! See, moments like that, though, that's not excusable. There was no way to see that coming. That one was my own fault. I just tried to charge into that guy. But I think the biggest example of that kind of thing is Zelda games. The Legend of Zelda, like all of them, really. There are some of them that are hugely overrated. And there are some that are considered horrible that, like...
Watch out, Spyro. The Gnorcs in these parts have discovered the power of electricity, and it really stings.
Really? That part is still kind of inexcusable. The whole vague stereotype thing. Nope, you go down now. Like, a lot of people love Zelda games. What do you do? I keep getting interrupted. Oh, there's just something way over there. Well, I'll get to it in a minute. Yeesh. That one, at least, there was time to... You're getting hit by one or the other. There's no two ways around that. One of these days, I will get around to my point, I promise. Zelda games. And quality versus reputation. Because I know there are some people out there with the opinion that, like, as long as it's got Zelda in the name, it's a perfect game. And there are other people who think most Zelda games are kind of horrible. Yeah, I had to take that hit. Me personally, I'm probably easier to please when it comes to video games than most people. I know that sounds very believable after the way I've talked about this one. I don't know. Truth be told, with a lot of video games, Cyprin, that's a new one.
Good job, Spyro. One day you'll be able to tell all the dragons about your amazing adventures.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
To be honest with you, now that I've really noticed it and pointed it out, it's starting to make me kind of uncomfortable. Like, just the sheer amount of, I don't know what to call it. It's, oh damn. Ow. It's just like it's really overdone at this point. Get the butterfly. That's why I killed the chicken. That's a sentence. But, like, there are games that people call horrible that I just love. And, like, I even get their problems with it. But, oh geez. I don't think they could electrify it. Unless there's another one of those guys that I missed. Where am I going? Ow! How dare you? Get the... Okay, I guess it just didn't do the animation. Like most games, as long as it works relatively okay and isn't just boring. Don't do this. Need to hit that guy. Okay. Is this a way up? It looks like it should be a way up, but it's not. I am kind of making my way around there, though. That's enough out of you. Trying to think of a good example of what I'm talking about, because quite frankly, I keep getting distracted by the game, and it's kind of hard to think of anything to show my point. Okay, so I'm here now. Is there some way I can get... It'd be a hell of a glide. I don't think that's the way I'm supposed to do it. But this seems to be the only other option, so... I guess I'm trying anyway. least I can make it back there. Oh, there we go. I can cut across to here. Makes things a little easier. Is there anything over here I can do? Not really. Fair enough. Smash through these. But yeah, like, it doesn't take much for me to like a game. Kind of the same way with most media. Except books. Books I can be really picky about. Where'd it go? Okay, so let's fly over here and grab these. I can get over here and grab these ones. Alright, that's everything. Yay, I 100% of the level. I think this does me some sort of good. Does that mean there wasn't an egg guy in this one? Kinda cool with that, actually. That's right, there's one of these over here. And we're done. But yeah, that's like there's even casual games stuff, because I know people get real, I don't know what to call it. It sounds, I don't know, maybe defensive. Oh great, everybody's back. But yeah, people just tend to get really stuck up, I guess, about like games should be hard and things like that. I don't care. I really don't. It's just such a dumb thing to get upset about. Like, the point of games is to play them, to have fun. Ow! Why would it matter if the game is hard or difficult as long as it is fun? Okay, I'm sorry, chicken, but I gotta kill you. The dragon's greatest enemy, the chicken. And I don't know, it just seems dumb to me to get that upset about games not being soul-crushingly difficult enough for you. Like, if you like that kind of game, just go play that kind of game. Don't get mad because a different game isn't like that. And, like, there's also really challenging games that I like. I mean, oh, Halo 4 on Legendary was one of the most fun times I've had playing any game ever. And at times it was the most soul-crushingly difficult thing I have ever done. And I loved every freaking moment of it. So it's not really about that kind of stuff. And even then, talking to Halo fans, Halo 4 is like one of the worst things that ever happened. Until Halo 5 came out. But it's just, like, I like a whole lot of different games. And it's not necessarily about any specific detail, but they've got to be... It's okay for them to be frustrating because it's got a high challenge or something like that. It shouldn't be frustrating because the camera doesn't work and the controls are... It's not so much the controls are bad. Like, all the buttons make sense in where they are and things like that. But at the same time, when you go to charge at something and you go the completely wrong direction, or the camera screws up and all of a sudden you're seeing a wall from the wrong side instead of the character you're supposed to be controlling, that kind of stuff isn't cool. And that's stuff they could have fixed for this version. This really seems like less of a remake and more of just a port with some graphical updates. And that kind of stuff bugs me. That's the kind of stuff that makes a game not fun. And while this game is in general fun, when those moments happen, it can ruin the entire experience. Which sucks. Because this game has a great premise. You play as a fucking dragon. You don't get much cooler than that. Although this dragon is kind of a dick. And aside from that, when those things aren't happening, the game is fun and interesting. And if it weren't for those things, I'd probably like this a lot more, even though I don't like 3D platformers. But that's one of the big things I hate about 3D platformers, is that kind of stuff is always happening. I don't know. I'm kind of going on a rant here, and this video is becoming much longer than it needs to be. But yeah, it's just, I kind of wanted to get that out. Still, in general, the game's fun enough to keep playing, so we're going to do that in the Misty Bog next time. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.